Kia ora, may you live long in Cook Island Maori. I'm Pat and this is Pat's Postcard, an audio postcard from wherever I am. And I'm in Rarotonga, the largest of the 15 Cook Islands spread over 2.25 million square kilometres of the Pacific Ocean. This is the second Pat's Postcard from Rarotonga, this time focusing on the place, the sea, the mountains, and how you get around this island of just 32 kilometres circumference. You can't describe this truly beautiful tropical island in just a few minutes. The rugged mountainous interior covered in lush bush, its narrow coastal strip where everyone lives with their gardens full of colourful plants and edible tree crops, coconut, mango, pawpaws, jackfruit, bananas, citrus and more, and their vegetable plots with taro and cassava and tomatoes and aubergine and more, and their animals of course, dogs, chickens, goats and pigs. And then there's the constant companion of the sea, coconut palmed white sandy beaches with their nightly visitation of hundreds of hermit crabs, a lagoon that circumnavigates the island before the fringing reef, 20 to 200 metres offshore, where the sea dramatically plummets into the depths of the ocean, and often, clearly visible from the shore, humpback whales breach. As a lover of warmth, tropical fruit, mountains with lush vegetation and the sea, it's pretty close to paradise. There's only really two roads around the island, the main coastal road, which is not really very main, and the back road, which is narrow and potholed and an absolute delight to cycle, even if it's hard on the bottom. You get close to the sights, sounds and smells of island life. There's very few cars on the back road and the drivers are so respectful. There's also quite a few scooters. But more often than not you'll get a cheery kia ora, and when you stop, say to look at a small pineapple plot or to smell a frangipani, you'll look up into the hills and see a splash of orange red flame tree, and hear the chickens, and have a chat maybe with a pig. And then there's the cheeky minor birds everywhere and an occasional mournful sounding Pacific pigeon. Taking a side road up into the hills, you'll often pick up a friendly dog who comes with you for company and a walk. Cycling is by far the best way of getting around. On the western side, park your bike at Tuora, the Black Rock, a lovely beach, the traditional spot where the spirits of the dead leave Rarotonga on their journey back to the ancient land of Avaiki, similar to Cape Reinga here in Aotearoa, the spiritual departure point for Hawaii. And when you're cycling, it's only 32 kilometres around to get anywhere. To the beaches, into the hills, to a cafe, our favourite being the Love Cafe, where the beautiful women serve mango smoothies. Or into town maybe. Avarua, the only town, is small, but has a lively market selling craft and food accompanied by music. And there's also the chap and his son, tempting you to a cultural performance by dancing to some beats. Another way of getting around the island is to catch the old rattling bus. There's only two services, clockwise and anti-clockwise. Just flag them down wherever you are and they'll be going to your destination. One way or the other.
Okay. In that case, we'd be better off in the other
Yeah, you wait for that one. That one will be get to you another 15 minutes. Okay.
Thank you.
finally, if you're a walker, there's the Cross Island Track, up steep, tropically wooded ridges to the centre of the island. A hard slog for an hour or so, clambering up over roots, but at the top is the Needle, the remains of a volcanic plug with spectacular views across high wooded hills and out to the deep blue of the Pacific on both sides. And here we are at the top. Right on, Wendy, that's the top. What's the view like?
Breathtaking, literally. Never been on such a steep climb. But the Pacific Ocean, like, just there, and these amazing mountains are just
yeah, it's all
huge.
ridges. All ridges
like,
and peaks, and
yeah.
behind us, what's this, the steeple?
Needle.
Needle, that's right, the Needle.
Yeah, and those terns.
The terns
and
flying.
The beautiful flowers there. What
Yeah.
Red flowers on that bush.
And the cockerel.
Oh God, the cockerel.
That
The cockerel
attacks you.
from hell.
That attacks you as soon
Yeah.
as you open your sandwiches. So
Yeah.
right at the top of the hills, there's a cockerel, and he attacks you.
You want your sandwiches?
I want my sandwiches.
Yeah, I want my
Yeah.
sandwiches too. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Let's go. We've got a stick. We can fight off the cockerel. The cockerel up there with his hens is a little too friendly, having learnt that trampers give away food. And high above the Needle, Pacific terns circle and wheel. Like everywhere, there are some environmental problems. Damage to the reef and loss of sea life due to climate change, overfishing and nutrient enrichment of the lagoon. But what you remember of Rarotonga is that it is an astonishingly welcoming and beautiful place. We plan to go back. Kia ora.